Alrighty, how are ya? Today we're going to be flex testing the Middy. I've had the thing for about 2 years now, and I've never flexed it on forklifts or ramps or rocks or anything to check what the hell is going on. I've kind of just wung it the whole time. So today we're flex testing it. Got to measure up, see what she gets. It's a bit of a brick, so I'm not expecting much. But yeah, I just want to kind of suss where everything's kind of sitting and see what I can do. So yeah, I suppose we'll get straight into it. So I've just realised it's going to be hard to show what we got because it doesn't like staying up. As soon as I let go, it kind of slowly starts dropping. Oh, it's holding for a second. Alright, while it's holding, look at that. The thing is an absolute brick. No surprises though. But yeah. Things like that, that's kind of what I wanted to check. Because I've, new shocks by the way. I put BV51s in it. But anyway, just like little things like that are what I wanted to check because I've never sussed this ever. I've just let it self-clear and whatnot. So yeah, pretty straightforward. I might, now that it's holding, run and get a tape. Mate, it's only going to be like bloody 600 or something. But, you know, pretty cool still. Just had to run up this side because it looks sick on this side. Just look at the seam. Everything forky. Look at Stan Stars. Look at that. Oh, boys, you wouldn't believe the guess on the lad. But, I don't know, in one of those little short ones just before, it said 600. Mate, to the bottom thread. Oh, the forklift's dropped a little bit. But that's 595. It's dead set. 600 to the bottom lip before. Mate, there's the laser on the kid. Also, I did some fresh swivel hubs. So, they're looking absolutely fresh for the first time ever in their life. Slowly dropping. So yeah, for the front, the back has so much clearance. This is on kind of, what's it on? Almost full bump, if you can see in there. The bump is almost maxed out. And we've got, I don't know, another 15 mil from the flare. This flare's been chopped obviously. But it's just this front little bit. I've turned the wheel now as well, just to kind of, I don't know, gimmick. But yeah, that is the only issue on my front, really. So, just look at that again. Oh god. So, these shocks are probably maxed out. They're pretty short shock, but yeah, I don't really mind. This thing doesn't need to be a flex monster, because I'd rather do jumps. But yeah. This is the drop side, so I don't know, plenty of room on that. I should suss this really, shouldn't I? Come up under here. Now this is one of the reasons I was looking, because on my tray I've got this indent for the wheel to tuck in. But right now, if I jump under, it's absolutely mushing the 80 series bump that I've cut like 2 lugs off, so we say that's pretty tucked up. Because obviously the tray kind of has its own little tuck space for the wheel, like above the bottom plate of the tray. So what I've been thinking is I'm gonna take this lifted area out and run it flat This is kind of the line where the floor of the tray is. So I don't know, there's a good like 120 mil there. But as you can see, this is on bump and it's kind of not really lower than that. And I don't mind if it rubs like a tiny bit because it's just flat plate, so no damage anyway. But the reason I want to kind of chop that down and make it flat is just to make the tray so much more usable. Because I've kind of just got those wheel arches where I can't really put anything on, and then I've got a box in the fridge, and that is the tray, like, oh, and the spare wheel hole, and that is the tray pretty much done. Also about that spare wheel hole, that big hole in there, and the spare wheel sits down there through the tray. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that too, and just make it a pretty dead set bone stock tray. Then the thing's gotta be usable as. Alright, one more look from the front angle before I toss it on the back. So this is on the back now, and I don't know, but lifting it from the back, it's a considerable more amount of flats. That's 785 to the bottom lug, so the front was 6. So that's what, 185 mil more up travel when the back's coming up instead of the front, which is a bit different. Well, not really. So we'll just have a look around here again, which when bringing this up instead of it compressing down, I've still got heaps of clearance to make that kind of flat. So I'm going to be doing that. And then I want to come around here and suss the front again, because I reckon this is the front fully on bump, which it is. If the sun will get out of my face, yeah, you can kind of see that's hitting the flare a little bit. So I don't know, I could have probably set those bumps maybe 10 mil lower. And this has always been a problem, but I kind of just kick it back every time it bends. But it kind of grabs on this little mud flap when it's turned. When it's straight, it doesn't hit that. But again, over the front is fine over there. And then that's just the drop side again, which is looking funky, looking fresh. Anyway, look at that. It always looks so cool when it's on a forklift, I don't know why. Slowly dropping, but a couple of scenic shots. Also, one thing that I already knew about, but I'm going to show anyway. Yeah, bud. That bush is shagged. Front one's shagged as well, but I don't know. That'll happen another day. They see me rolling, them haters try and see me riding dirty. So I'm at home now, but I just want to add that I was also sussing like how all the suspension works, shocks and bump stops and whatnot, in which it all works pretty smicko. The length of the shocks are pretty perfect for the coil height, and the bump stops work pretty mint for the shocks as well. Like holds the shock on full bump, like 10 mil off, hitting out, and yeah, so it works pretty good. And when shocks are fully extended, it's like just before the coil gets loose, which I've got retainers in the back anyway, but yeah, I just don't want to be one of those idiots where springs are dropping out and stuff. And like in the terms of flex, yeah, I could put longer shocks in, but then yeah, coils will be dropping out. Then I could put bigger coils in, but then lifted car, and yeah, that's just not my style. I like it low and wide, so all that stuff kind of works perfectly throughout the car. So pretty happy with that, and that's pretty much how it's going to stay. Alrighty, that's pretty much it. So the back, when lifting from the back, gets 185 mil higher than when you lift from the front. I can do the change on the tray, like I said, across there. Need to trim the front a little bit, but yeah, short little vid, but I just want to show you guys because flexing on forklifts looks absolutely sick. But yeah, have a good one.